Let me ask you a question. Why do humans seek extraterrestrial life? Want to prove, aren't we the only fish in the ocean? What if we find another fish-eating monster? For example, announced some time ago, the life infra found on the K2-18b, if the hammer of life above, and can produce technology and civilization. That's a blessing or a curse for humanity. Today, we will briefly review K2, the discovery of Bar 18b, April 17th this year. NASA releases data. Signs of life have been found on planet K2 Bar 18b. The probability is as high as 99.7%, 124 light years away. In its atmosphere, result of biological activity measured almost on Earth. Chemicals that are always associated with living organisms. And their concentration is 1,000 times higher than on Earth. If these substances, same as on Earth, so it's probably not just life that exists today. It's a biodiversity boom. Ocean. The current evidence all points to K2-18b. It is a water world, a planet covered in a deep ocean. Hidden active life. This life, it could be related to any life on Earth, are completely different. In fact, the K2-18b is discovered by the Kepler Space Telescope in 2015. Scanning more than 1,200 distant planets, one of them has signs that it may be the world. A habitable planet. He's almost twice the size of the Earth. It weighs 9 times as much as the Earth. Scientists named it the K2-18b. In 2017, 2 years later, Spitzer Space Telescope HARP spectrometer joined the study. K2-18b lies within the habitable zone of its star. It suggests the ocean. There are growing indications that, in life, in 2019, the Hubble Space Telescope made another discovery. In the atmosphere of K2-18b, water vapor detected. And by 2023, the most powerful observation tool for mankind, James Webb, the space telescope began to function. Sensors detected class dimethyl sulfide. This substance is present on Earth, phytoplankton, and other marine microorganisms. Traces of matter. If you can confirm, home may, signs of extraterrestrial life discovered for the first time. To verify, NASA decided to use a different instrument, devices, and different methods for repeated observations. April 17, 2025. Webb Space Telescope. New instrument repeats observations of K2-18b and a detailed scan. Signs of dimethyl sulfide detected. And the concentrations can be enormous. 1,000 times higher than on Earth. Dimethyl sulfide is very abundant on Earth, usually in microscopic algae, appears when it starts to decompose in the ocean. In the process, this gas is released. It can easily evaporate and rise into the atmosphere. Smell the sea. Ditheroid sulfide is to create this characteristic ocean. The cause of the smell. This gas has been detected 124 light years away. It almost sounds like science fiction. But to understand the K2-18b accurately, what might be hidden, we need to look at the conditions in which he exists. This planet orbits the K2-18 red dwarf star. He orbits very close to the star. That's about 2.5 times the distance from Mercury to the Sun. However, The star itself is smaller than our sun. Dark. Due to this delicate cosmic balance, heat and light received by K2-18b, about the same as the Earth, he is considered a potentially habitable planet. It has been confirmed ammonia does not exist in the atmosphere of K2-18b. This also supports there may be a large amount of water on its surface, because ammonia simply dissolves in the ocean. Although there are various indications reason may exist, life, scientists still have doubts. Nicholas of the Center for Advanced Studies in Lausanne, Dr. Vaughan, and other scientists believe that K2-18b possible miniature gaseous giants on solid surfaces. However, the lead researcher of the project, Professor Nicomedes Sultan, I firmly believe that the K2-18b does have an ocean, and possibly teeming with life. According to him, in the next 1 to 2 years, scientists will be able to be 100% sure. Is the gas present? And whether it is the product of a biological process. There are other sources. Scientists currently estimate that in the atmosphere of K2-18b, the probability of finding signs of potential life is as high as 99.7%. So far, in the search for extraterrestrial life signatures, the highest reliability of records, in water statistics, this possible level of precision. It's called a triple code. To make a statement absolute by scientific standards, reliable reception, he needs to reach 5C yards, 99.9994 parts of consciousness, and the other way around is the likelihood that scientists will get it wrong. Only 1/1,000,000 of a. Although the evidence is conclusive, but reality is often more complex than we imagine. K2-18 bytes is only 124 light-years away from Earth. For the present, we can't even get out of the solar system. This is undoubtedly mirror flower water on the scale of the observable universe. 124 light-years is almost just a speck on the map. The universe extends over 93 billion light-years. If life is only at a distance, discovered on a planet 124 light-years away, that's like saying, across the universe, exists anywhere. Such a discovery revolutionizes our understanding of life in the universe. Broad understanding. At the moment, this is still just a hypothesis. Research is still ongoing, but one thing is clear. Never before have humans been this close to answering that question. Lonely? Not lonely, then what's next? The answer to the opening question, as scientists continue to search for definitive answers, to imagine possible futures. If life really exists in this place, mysterious planet, it starts with the simplest form on Earth. It makes sense. It all starts with microscopic organisms, and probably K2-18 closed life. Develops in the same way. Candidate organism could be those that can be found in a hydrogen atmosphere. Microorganisms that survive under high pressure and high temperatures. They may be similar extremophiles on Earth. Those who live in the depths of the ocean. Microorganisms near hot night vents. The temperature there could be over 100. Wood is not dependent on sunlight. They get their energy directly from chemical reactions, such as the oxidation of hydrogen sulfide, K2-18b, on. Considering the large amount of hydrogen, atmosphere, and possible volcanic activity, this chemical reaction, rich If life on this planet had been established, law purification goes beyond microbiology, even intelligent creatures. And an interesting question arises. Under these conditions, more complex life, like the deep ocean beneath the atmosphere, almost no light at all, it means that vision may not be the main sense. Creatures may vibrate by detecting heat, magnetic fields, or chemical signals to navigate, can develop bioluminescent abilities. The ability is like the ground, like a firefly or an anglerfish on a ball. The other thing is the potential size of the organism. The density of medium in the hydrogen atmosphere is lower than that of Earth. Organisms may have the ability to grow. The advantages of relatives are cleaner than the air. This means that the benefits will be greater. Birth of creatures much larger than those on Earth. Maybe they will move slowly, have a huge body, adapt to high pressure and thence deep water, giant jellyfish, or floating amorphous in the depths of a warm ocean. Creature floating in the atmosphere. In addition, it is possible to adapt to tremendous pressure, a key feature of living things. The oceans on K2-18b may be larger than Earth's oceans, much deeper. If there is a diversity of life, some of his representatives, comfortable living at a depth of 10 to 15 miles. The pressure there could reach 1,600 to 2,400 large. Air pressure, far more than the deepest known place on Earth. Pressure in the Mariana Trench. In order to survive under such extreme conditions, K2-18 animals may have a body that can withstand tremendous stress. The first thing that came to mind was to develop a sturdy shell, protect internal organs from stress. These creatures can be lethal. The bone structure is almost cartilage, made from tough biopolymers. Its intensity is that of the Earth, the back of biopolymers found in living things. Once, some animals have an external skeleton. Materials can not only withstand high pressure, it can also reduce the impact on internal organization. This structure may be similar to crab-like exoskeleton, but its density is the back of the latter. It's much less deformable. Body may be covered with tough biological scales or armor. It's flexible and robust. That's just speculation, of course. We don't know which chemical reactions drives the metabolism of potential life forms. If they really exist, we don't know which molecules play the role of DNA. On Earth, if dimethyl sulfide is detected, it is indeed produced by living organisms. That also means that life there, and already, maybe now, in the warm depths of a distant ocean, some creatures are moving slowly. For them, planets are like their worlds, strange and out of reach. Although the current K2-18 considered extraterrestrial life the most promising candidate, but he was by no means the only one. Let's get to know another star. Tiga recognized b. It is located just 12.5 light years from Earth, almost next door by cosmic standards. Franchise estimate, similar to Earth, the probability of the condition is about 60%. The temperature may range from 0 to 50 degrees Celsius. Liquid water and a relatively stable climate. All of these can be found on high temperature walls. However, likely to be tidally locked means planet. Half of them are in eternal daylight, and the other half in eternal darkness. Therefore, on the frontier between these extreme worlds, there are extreme temperature differences. From extreme heat to extreme temperature differences. And between these two extreme worlds, eternal twilight zone maintains a suitable climate here. There may be liquid water. Therefore, there is life. Even complex multicellular organisms made some bolder assumptions. If the creatures there gave birth to technology and civilization, and also observing the Earth, one day, if they come to Earth, ending, the known gravity of K2 bar 18b is 9 times that of Earth. After the creatures on it came to Earth, maybe move like Superman on Earth. And their skin or shell is super resistant to stress if they are based on intersection with Earth creatures. However, such as stacking life, its antagonism and aggression. Sex can be beyond our imagination. Are existing weapons effective? Look the other way. If future humans want to land on K2 bar 18b, will face higher gravity and pressure. And currently, we cannot overcome the technological gap and resources in service, limitations and unpredictable circumstances. The environment there said it might not be friendly. Well, I hope they are kind. Then we can establish an interstellar alliance. But if both parties are not in good faith, the outcome will be difficult to predict. Awareness of extraterrestrial civilizations, based largely on the experience of life on Earth. Ability to understand. Maybe it's too simplistic. Everything is still unknown. Except for the K2 bar 18b, of course. There are a few more. Livable travel with key observations. Kepler 1649c. He is 301 light-years from Earth. I zone has a temperature similar to that of the Earth. Liquid water exists in narrow regions. TOI 700d. It is located 101 light-years from Earth. It is considered more advantageous because of its star, its ongoing tide. All 2E700d. Climate, its surface temperature is about -4 degrees Celsius. And the stars are quieter. Helps stabilize the atmosphere and oceans. And that opens up all sorts of possibilities for life. But in addition to these potentially habitable planets, scientists have also discovered many strange planets. Not all like Earth. It was science fiction. Where J1407b is an example. It is 434 light-years from Earth. It looks like an enhanced version of Saturn. It has these giant ring systems, 200 times the diameter of Saturn's rings. There is also a planet called JJ504b, 57 light-years from Earth. Due to its young age, it appears pink. In addition, the GJ1214 pen is a world full of water. Although it has abundant water resources, but it doesn't have a solid surface. Water in the atmosphere exists in the form of supercritical fluids, and in some worlds with extreme conditions. Discovered an amazing sight. For example, the wall of Kepler 7. It's about 650 light-years away. It is one of the hottest known exoplanets. Surface temperatures up to 6,650 degrees. WASP 76b is about 640 light-years away. He has a side of eternal darkness. At the same time, it is also accompanied by the strange appearance of Tai Shu. There is more to the universe than we can imagine. PSRJ 1719 to 1438b, traveling around a neutron, a diamond-shaped object formed from the remnants of a star. And WASP 107 coins. It is famous for its extremely low density. Its density is like marshmallow floating in space. Although these planets have different properties, but not all are colonial. JRI 581d shows hope. He is only 20 light years away from Earth and has a mass similar to that of Earth. Livability loans have the potential to be livable. There's an I zone. In addition, the vastness of the universe also appears on some orbital strangeness. Armin, planet C2126 orbits extremely far from its star. His year is equivalent to 900,000 Earth years. Of course, astronomers are also working on search in the system. Astronomers have discovered a huge distance outside layered moon-forming disk. The vastness and mystery of the universe far exceed human imagination. The exploration of the universe has only just begun. Possible signs of life on K2 bar 18b, to the discovery of various exotic planets. Every exploration is astounding. World cognition. It is also constantly expanding our understanding of life, understanding the laws of the universe. These distant planets, it has habitable conditions similar to those on Earth. Generating offers the possibility, unveiling bizarre scenes in extreme environments. Challenge, definition and exploration of these planets. It's not just the search for extraterrestrial life, human origin, and a profound reflection on the future. Every new discovery, it's like a puzzle the universe is throwing at us. Inspire me, explore to find more answers about the universe. Someday in the future, solve these puzzles. That life is ubiquitous in the universe. No matter the outcome, this journey of discovery, the meaning of, he will continue to promote the scientific progress of mankind. Inspire us to the unknown, the endless curiosity and imagination of the world. Lead. We are moving towards a brighter future.